You are not alone on this journey. God walks tenderly beside you. We are born into a crowded world, yet can feel strangely empty. People may be around us, but not truly present. There are words spoken, but none that touch the pain hidden deep inside. We become good at hiding, good at saying, "I'm fine," while crying out inside, good at smiling, though our smile is just a thin veil over unnamed wounds. Humans can be strong for a while, but no one is strong enough to carry everything alone forever. There comes a moment when everything goes quiet, when all things return to their true size. We face ourselves and the deepest loneliness of our lives. Silent questions begin to echo. Does anyone really understand me? Am I truly alone? Is there anyone who walks with me? Or is it all just an illusion? And in that stillness, if your heart is quiet enough to listen, you'll hear a voice, gentle, real, and tender, from deep within. You are not alone. I am here. I have always been here. Sparkles 1. He knows every step you take, even when no one sees. Each morning you put on the clothes of duty, responsibility, and social roles. No one knows the tears you cried last night. No one sees the fragments of your thoughts. No one notices the strength it takes just to hold it all together. But God sees. Not a single step of yours is hidden from Him. Not one tear falls in vain. Every anxious heartbeat, every weary breath, He knows, He feels, He walks with you. He's the one who knows every footprint you've made on the sands of life. And even when you stray, He never stops watching over you. Wherever you go, I will be with you. Even in the darkest place, my light will shine in your heart. Sparkles 2. When everyone leaves, He stays. You've known the ache of abandonment. The ones who promised to stay left. Friends disappeared. Warm embraces turned cold. And you wondered, is it my fault? But God never leaves. He doesn't love based on emotion. He doesn't withdraw when you fail. He doesn't turn away when you're weak. He doesn't vanish when you have nothing left to offer. He stays, not because you're good enough, but because His love is unconditional. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. Psalm chapter 27 verse 10. Sparkles 3. When you're silent, God still listens. Some pains can't be put into words. Some struggles can't be explained. Even you don't understand them. You don't know how to pray. Don't know where to begin. So you go silent. But even there, God is not distant. He doesn't need many words. He reads what you can't say. He hears what hasn't yet found voice. The Spirit helps us in our weakness, interceding for us through wordless groans. Romans chapter 8 verse 26. Sparkles 4. When you have nothing left to offer, He only wants your honest heart. You may have thought, I have to be better for God to listen. I have to get my life together before He loves me. I need something to offer Him. But the truth is, God doesn't wait for you to be perfect. He comes right into your brokenness, into your mess, to touch, to hold, to restore. No rituals needed, no grand appearance, just a quiet, honest whisper, Lord, I'm tired, please stay with me, and He will never turn you away. Sparkles 5. When you're lost, He will not let you go astray. Life offers too many roads. You're tired of not knowing which one is right. You prayed for direction, but silence followed. But silence doesn't mean absence. God is not a rushed GPS. He's a Father who waits for your heart to be ready. He will lead you, step by step, and never let you wander through the fog alone. I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm chapter 32 verse 8. Sparkles 6. When you feel worthless, He reminds you of who you really are. The world says your value depends on what you do, how much you achieve, how impressive you are, how many people applaud you. But in God's eyes, your value isn't about performance, it's about belonging. You are His beloved. You are chosen. You are redeemed, not because of merit, but because of His love. You are precious in my sight, honored, and I love you. Isaiah chapter 43 verse 4. Sparkles 7. When you think, no one needs me, God whispers, I do. Sometimes you feel like your presence doesn't matter. You're quiet and no one notices. You disappear and no one asks. But God, the Creator of the universe, He notices. He waits for you. He wants you. Not because you're important to the world, but because you're important to His heart. Sparkles 8. When you fall, God doesn't leave. He reaches down to lift you up. There are moments you fall so hard you think you'll never stand again. You fail. You hurt others. You break promises, even to God. But He doesn't walk away. He bends down, gently lifts you up, wipes the dust from your face, and says, You are still my child. Stand up, let's walk together. 9. When you are afraid, God is peace in the storm. Fear doesn't always come from big things. Sometimes, you're afraid to open your heart. Afraid of being hurt again. Afraid to believe and be disappointed. Afraid to keep walking without knowing where you're going. But in the middle of the storm, God doesn't say, Be stronger. He says, Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. He doesn't always silence the storm, but He gives you rest within it. Sparkles 10. When you are weary, God is your resting place. No one can keep running without rest. No one can keep giving without running dry. And at some point, you collapsed, not because you're weak, but because you've given all you had. But in that very moment, God doesn't rebuke you for being exhausted. He gently invites, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. He is the place where you can lay it all down. No striving, no pretending, just breathe, and let Him hold you. Sparkles 11. When you are misunderstood, God still understands you completely. You don't have to explain yourself endlessly to the world. You don't have to keep proving the purity of your intentions. There is one who knows your heart better than you do. He sees your motives behind every action. He sees the truth, even when others only see the surface. So you can rest in being authentic, because a just and loving God stands by you with truth and grace. Sparkles 12. When you can't feel God, He is still there. There are seasons in life when God seems silent. You pray, but hear no reply. You search, but he feels hidden. But like the sun behind the clouds, God's silence is not his absence. He is still working, in stillness. He is still walking with you, in the dark. And when you come through it, you'll realize he never left. Sparkles 13. When you're disappointed in yourself, he remains patient. You've broken promises to yourself. You've fallen in the very place you swore you wouldn't. You told God you'd change, and forgot again. And you start to wonder, is God tired of me? But the answer is always, no, God is not weary of you. He doesn't abandon you because you're slow to grow. He is patient, because he sees the journey of who you are becoming. Sparkles 14. When you lose your way, God is still your compass. Some days, life feels like a blur. Dreams fade. The future looks uncertain. Faith is worn down by time and trial. But even when every compass fails, God is still the unchanging true north. He is still the light that gently leads wandering hearts back to peace. Sparkles 15. When you feel forgotten, God still calls your name. No one texts to check on you. No one notices you've gone silent. No one seems to need you. But God is different. He calls your name, a name that's yours alone. A calling that cannot be confused with anyone else's. And when you hear that voice, your heart melts, because you know, you were never forgotten. Sparkles 16. When you live without knowing who you are, God reminds you of your true identity. Sometimes, the wounds are so deep, you start living like someone else. Start playing roles, pretending to be okay, pretending to be strong, pretending to be someone more acceptable to the world. But God whispers, you don't have to be anyone else. You, as you are enough in my love. He calls you back to your true identity, not built on achievement, but rooted in the unchanging love of your Creator. Sparkles 17. When you feel small in a vast world, God still sees you as precious. Among millions, amid the noise of life, among the brilliance of others, you may feel insignificant, but in God's eyes, you are not a nameless speck. You are an irreplaceable part of His great story. No one can take your place in that plan. Sparkles 18. When you just want to disappear, God still holds you close. Sometimes, the darkness takes over your mind. You don't want to see anyone, don't want to speak, don't want to exist. You just want to vanish. But in that faintest moment, God holds you, not with scolding, but with a gentle breath. A small light, just enough for your soul to know, I need you, and your life matters. Sparkles 19. When your heart feels numb, God is still healing you. There are days that don't hurt, because you've grown numb. You think your heart has died. No more feelings, no more prayers, no more faith. But the heart is not dead. It's simply waiting to be healed. And God, the one who loves, is placing His hand over that heart, one beat at a time, one wound at a time, one crack at a time. He will heal it all. Sparkles 20. And at the end of the journey, you will look back and see, you were never alone. One day you will look back, and realize that in the moments you thought you walked alone, the only footprints in the sand were his. Because he was carrying you. You will see every escape, every moment of protection, every divine coincidence, not as luck, but as the gentle imprint of the one who quietly walked beside your life all along. A final whisper from God to every heart that thought it was alone. My beloved child, if you've made it to the very end of this journey, know that it's not by chance, not meaningless, and certainly not alone. Every word, every page, every feeling you've passed through has been a love letter from the one who has watched over your life, from before your form was shaped, through the days you wrestled in silence, and even now, as you search for something greater than yourself. You were never alone, not for a single moment. God was there, even when you couldn't feel him. God was near, even when your eyes saw only darkness. He wasn't far away. He wasn't seated in some unreachable heaven. He was close, closer than the pain you've been trying to hide. You've been so brave. You've walked against the wind, poured your heart out to love, to live, to hope, and you've grown tired. You've wanted to give up. You've wondered if anyone truly sees you. But it was then that God held you close. No blame, no condemnation, just a quiet embrace, like a father who deeply understands his child's fragile heart. He never scorned your weakness. He never demanded perfection. He only longed for one thing: that you would be real and stay in his love. Dear one, don't live another day in the shadow of fear. Don't spend another night anxious and alone. Because from the moment you were created, a promise was spoken over you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5. So rest, child, not from life, but from the weight you were never meant to carry alone. Let him shoulder what you can't. Let him love you before you even try to do anything for him. Let him heal you simply by being yourself and allowing his love to seep into every crack. If no one is waiting for you, he is. If no one checks in on you, he remembers. If no one is looking for you, he is still calling. Come home, child. Let's walk this road together. Folded hands. The end is really a beginning. And if you, the one reading or listening this far, feel something warm stirring in your heart, then know this: it's not from the words. It's from the presence of God, the one still gently knocking at the door of your heart. He is not loud. He never forces. He's never in a rush. He simply waits, with all the patience of an eternal love. So don't walk alone anymore. Don't exhaust yourself carrying everything alone. There is one who's ready to walk with you, step by step, day by day, breath by breath. And never forget, you were never walking alone, and you never will. For God, the gentle one, walks with you. Headphone. If this message has touched your soul, follow the channel to be reminded each day that you are not alone, and that this journey still holds so much goodness ahead.